found myself looking at my notes page on my phone yesterday, reading all the pages of old shopping lists. Get flour, tomatoes, the nice kind, if they're on offer. Avocado if it's ripe, 2 bags of apples, bag of crisps, but if it's over £1, don't bother. It just seems so strange, looking back on how easy it used to be. How simple it all was. I miss your salads. It's a weird thing to miss, and of course I miss you too, but your salads always had the best dressing. So what have I been up to? Not a lot. I hate to bore you, but it's true. I tried to learn a song on the ukulele. I don't even really play the ukulele, but to be honest, I couldn't really think of what else to do. Sometimes it's difficult to remember the chords to strum because each one is so different. But then I got bored and tried something else. Yoga would be fun if my legs could stretch further and I was just a little bit more flexible. I always lose my balance and fall over. I also made a nice coffee in the blender, but the ice stuck together and the drink was too watery. We've been lucky with the sun in the last few days. The birds are always singing, sky a fuzzy blue, veiled with clouds like shredded tissues that thin with each soft puff of the wind. It was easy never to notice those blessings, back when the bustling outside world was only a footstep away, when the sun was the soundtrack rather than the movie, and gardens were accessories, not necessities. Then when it rains or there's a storm raging from above and we really are confined to the inside. I don't know. Sometimes I like it. Watching these dramatic outbursts reminds us that Earth still turns and its cycles continue, and that we should be more grateful for everything it gives us, nestling as we do in the palm of its hand. I sometimes imagine how different it must be for you when the weather changes. I wonder if it stirs up memories of looking out onto your own garden, appreciating how much your potatoes would love the rain, or spotting the first snowdrops in your flower beds with the arrival of the spring sunshine. I know you're now in a place that doesn't have memories adorned fondly on the walls and furniture worn out with the imprint of family life. But it comforts me so much to know that you're in a loving place and that you were eager to make the move there before all this happened. That's why this has been so hard, because the promise of something new and the distraction that brought encouraged your decision the most. We used to laugh about how you'd say you're a rolling stone that gathers no moss. You'd say you couldn't ever sit still, and we'd call you Mick Jagger and all strut about the room. While we all watched the numbers change like a clock counting down the minutes until normality returns, things have slowed down so much now for all of us, not just for you. But it is still so important to be grateful for everything we have and to remember the small pleasures and kindnesses. Remember when every day you counted all the leaves on your olive tree so you could notice every time a new one grew. Or when you nearly moved the local shopkeeper to tears after you complimented her on the new sign she'd put up in the window. Last week, I read a whole book in one day. It made me realise that some of us have also, in a way, been given a chance to do lots of things we never had the time to do. To read and bake and write and sing and dance and reminisce about the good times, the times we took for granted, the smiles we have with neighbours now have new meanings, walking to the shops and adventure, now treasuring and caring and dreaming and thinking, and I can't help but realise how lucky many of us still are. I know you struggled with having to shield in your care home right from the beginning. And I understand how much worse this is now you're so ill, confined to your bed and with no contact with the outside world other than your lovely carers like Alison, reading messages to you like this. I saw you yesterday, I don't know if you remember. Through a screen, I waved to you as Alison held up your iPad, but you were so sleepy I think you found it hard to focus on me. So I thought a letter would be easier, like Grandad used to write for you in the war. Nana, you've had 87 years of life. That's 87 years of experience, 87 years of knowledge, of stories to tell and memories to share. And you were right, Nana. You always were a rolling stone that gathered no moss. But actually, yesterday I googled moss because I wanted to find out more about its positive attributes, and if you look closely, moss is very beautiful. I discovered that all the moss in the world actually offsets more carbon than all the trees on Earth put together. Sometimes resting in one place is important. Sometimes we need to do it, Nana. Sending my love, always.